Is there anything I didn't ask you? Fans want to know, people want to know. Is there anything you want to address while I have you here? Is there anything you want to get off your chest while I have you here? Anything else you'd like to mention? You didn't get a chance to, you'd like to mention now.
I don't know. Stay tuned for the new music that I'm finna drop, because right now the world think I'm just a fucking a bow artist or whatever you want to call it. But I'm really like that. I'm really pressured with this rap shit. Real lyrical nigga. So like I say, stay tuned. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be able to, you gonna see, like, I'm just getting started. Like, they feel like, oh, he a one-hit wonder. I heard it 1,000 times. Probably heard it 10,000 times. He a one-hit wonder. And it's so funny because I got 5 other songs that's 20 million up, but the streets, the streets don't be, you gotta give them time to gravitate to what you got going on. So you can't really, you gotta prove yourself to the world, you know what I'm saying? So for me, you know what I'm saying, shout out to my hood, shout out to everybody who fuck with me, shout out to everybody who showed me love, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be here, and I just want to keep working, you know what I'm saying?
And what hood are you referencing here?
Ghost Town, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Elm and Fry, that's my block. This shit all started on Elm and Fry, remember that? On Elm and Fry, I used to stand outside with the boom box and rap. They used to laugh at me. They used to laugh at me when I was on Elm and Fry with the boom box. I'm the little snotty-nosed kid that was on Elm and Fry with the boom box every day after school that y'all used to laugh at. Look where the fuck I'm at now. Rich as a motherfucker. Rich as hell, you know what I'm saying? Real talk.
When it comes to Ghost Town, what was that really like back then?
Shit, we used to be the worst hood in the city at one point. Like, I feel like in the 90s, we was rough. The 90s, I remember my neighbor got smoked. That was my dog. That was the first nigga I lost, straight to the gun. Nigga popped his ass, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but I remember my first time getting shot at, it was 1996, you hear me? And I wasn't in my hood. I was down the street in Fairfield. That's right around the corner. I was by my cousin's house. And right after Sterling got killed, that same street, all the way down to the other end. My sister used to be going to daycare right there at the house across the street from my cousin. So we was in the hood, you know what I'm saying, just being some badass kids. I'm like 6, 7, just being badass kids. And we went down the street to the candy lady. And while we was buying the candy, her husband was in there. We was like, fuck you, old pussy ass nigga. Talking shit to this man for no fucking reason. I really wasn't doing it. It was them, but I was with them niggas. So we walked back down the street and started playing basketball in the yard. And next thing you know, a fucking black Cadillac pulled up slow. Let the window down. He got the bow, bow, bow. We running, jumping, screeching. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy shit. So after that shit, I went and got me a fucking gun and said, fuck this shit. Been clutching it ever since, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, but it was straight though, like, we grew up in the hood, but it was all love too, like, go to Howard Park. We had the only swimming pool in the hood like that. So if you wanted to swim, you had to come to my hood to come learn how to swim, you know what I'm saying? We had the golf, I used to be riding around the golf course, I ain't had a damn golf club at all. Just out there, you know what I'm saying? Just having fun. So like I say, it's a lot of good shit, a lot of bad shit. When 5 kids got rent over on Foster, Boosie actually rapped about this in one of his old songs. That was my homeboy. That was us. Had a party that night. Dude was tripping because they didn't want to let him in the party. Rent over my homeboys. Some of them died. Some of them survived. Two of them legs got cut off. One of them, Terrell, got his legs broke. That was my crew. That was like the niggas. That was niggas who I was running with. So, experiencing that at a young age, like really, really growing up in, some fucked up situations. But like I say, all situations wasn't fucked up. But we had to make the best of that shit.
What age were you when your neighbor got killed?
I think I was like 8, 9. 8 or 9. 8 or 9.
And do you actually see it or you just...
Nah, I ain't see it. Hell no, I ain't see it. Shit, no. I ain't see it.
When you were shot at, what age was that for you?
7 or 8.
So that actually happened before the neighbor
situation. Yeah, that happened before that. It was before. That was before.
When you were shot at, Was that meant for you specifically?
It was us. It was all us. It was like 7, 8 of us. Like I say, we went down the street to the candy later talking shit to this man, and he came back fine. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, shit, I'm young as a bitch. I hustled up on me. I had $35. I got me a little ass fucking 38, a gun. 30. Back then you can get a gun for the cheap. I had got me a little ass gun, and I kept it with me everywhere I go. And my mama found it in my room when I was like 11. The only thing she told me was just stay safe. She wasn't even tripping.
Did you ever end up having to use that?
I used that bitch a few times. Nigga had to get off, but I had a little less something, man. I ain't kill nobody with that little bitch, though. Just to get a nigga off you type shit, you know what I'm saying?
What age range were you when you were living in Ghost Town?
I was from a kid to like 90s to up to teenage years. Then I ended up staying like right around the corner in a town, a hood called Brookstown. It's not technically you still by Ghost Town, but it's in the middle. It's called Meadowbrooks. Stayed there until I stayed there until like 2015, 14. My house kept on getting broke in, so I just said, fuck it, and moved. That's when I finally moved out the hood for good. Around like 2014, 13, got tired of my apartment getting kicked in, so ended up moving to the white people neighborhood on Coursey. That's like the good side of Baton Rouge. Stayed there until 2019. Then I moved out to Walker. That's like the white people neighborhood. I was moving on up, you know. Started here, moved there. Finally moved out the motherfucking hood for good.
When's the last time you went back to Ghost Town?
Oh, shit. Last time I was in Baton Rouge. I took the Maybach to Ghost Town. I bought a brand new Maybach and took that bitch straight to the hood when I bought it.
When do you think that was, relatively speaking?
Shit, about 3 months ago.
Have things changed in Ghost Town since you've seen it?
I mean,
from how you grew up?
I mean, it's more quieter now. I mean, like, not quiet. They thugging better, but back in the day, I feel like everybody used to be outside more. Now, you know, everybody in the house until the shit going down. You know, niggas catching plays, niggas on demon time. But back then, we was outside enjoying life. I guess, you know, and now you ride through the hood now, you probably ain't gonna see nobody outside. Back in the day, you used to be outside, you know. That's the only difference I see. I mean, the same corner stores there, the same owners. Like, I go to the store right now, they still remember me from when I was a lit kid. So, you know, everything pretty much the fucking same.
This description of people being inside and things of that nature, do you think it has to do with the pandemic, or was this before the pandemic?
Nah, it's social media and technology got them inside. Ain't nobody worried about no pandemic down there. That ain't phasing them. Different type of hustle. Niggas hustling from phones. Now, niggas are cash out your money and had the drugs already waiting on you type shit. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Everything different now.
Do you like that change, though, personally, of people being more inside, or?
I mean, I don't really give a damn. I don't be in this. I be inside. Like, I don't come out. I mean, I be outside in my house now because I live in the suburbs with a dirt bike. So I go to the park and ride my dirt bike and shit. But other than that, I'm not even outside like that. It's too fucking hot to be outside for one. So I ain't really outside like that. But kids, you know, when I was a kid, we was outside. Bikes, stealing niggas' bikes, taking their reflectors, taking their pigs. I got stabbed in my stomach in Ghost Town. I used to have the sickest bike in the hood. I had a mongoose. And I'm riding my mongoose, and two dudes, they grabbed me. Boom. You can still see the mark in my stomach. Well, a nigga stabbed me in my stomach when I was fighting the niggas, and one of them hit me with the knife. But they ain't take the bike, though. I got the bike. But they stabbed me, though.
What age were you when that happened?
Like 10, 19.
And what did they stab you with?
A fucking knife. They was playing it smooth, like I'm riding the bike slow. And they walking close to me, but they around my age, you know what I'm saying? Probably one, like, I think he was a little older than me, but when I was a big 10-year-old, so I look like I'm about 13 at 10. And I'm looking at them getting kind of close to me, but I ain't even thinking to ride fast. And that's when one of them kind of like rushed me on some shit and by my back. So when he got me by my back, you know what I'm saying, I'm tussling with the one, and I got the, you know, beating him down. And this homeboy came from behind me, and he hit me in my stomach with that bitch. And that's when I turned around and I started beating on him. But the other one, he got so scared, he took off running. So after I finished fighting the second one, my bike was still laying there. So I just picked the bike up and hurried up and shut out. Because I'm like, shit, I don't know what a knife is. You know what I'm saying? I got to go. Two of y'all in a knife, I'm going to lose. So I hurried up and left. You know what I'm saying?
My last question with this scenario. For somebody watching this that's never been stabbed before,
That shit,
what does that actually feel
that
like?
shit hurt. I've been stabbed in my arm and I've been stabbed in my stomach, and I tell you that shit ain't no fucking joke. But his shit ain't go that deep, so I still got the scar, but it ain't go too deep into my shit. Like I wasn't fucked up that bad, you know what I'm saying?
The arm scenario, it went deep.
It ain't go too deep because I kinda caught it. I be right now, you look at my head, you can see I've been in a lot of wars, busting bottles in my head, niggas and bust all kind of bottles on my head and shit. I've been in a lot of fights and shit.
When it came to the pain that you describe of being stabbed, are you able to give an analogy of what that feels like?
I mean, I ain't really feel it. Your adrenaline running, you don't really feel it. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really feel it. Like, if you can see right here in my head,
Yep.
when this happened, I didn't know my head was busting until like hours later, and I had just took my other homeboy to the hospital because they had cracked his head open too. Well, I dropped him out at the hospital. I get back, and they like, hey, check your head. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with my head. I had braids at the time. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with my head. This 2005. And I do like this, and I got blood leaking all down my back of my head to my Saints jersey. And the whole time I didn't even know my head was bust. Then I got my head bust again with a Ciroc bottle right here. Big ass Ciroc bottle, a gallon bottle. A nigga bust that bitch in the back of my head, and I ain't feel shit. Like I ain't knocked me out. I was fighting, and I'm hitting the nigga. And the last time I swung somebody, the bottle bust so fucking loud, everybody stopped fighting. Like everything just stopped, and nigga was like, oh shit. And I jumped up, and I looked at the nigga. I'm like, say what the fuck wrong with you? Like the nigga was with me, he hit me with the bottle. So I'm confused for one, cause you hit me with my own fucking bottle. And then when I jumped up, he pulled out a knife. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the nigga. So my homeboy, he like, HD, don't fight him, he got a knife. I'm like, man, fuck that knife. So I rush him. She take off running. My head was bleeding shit out. I wiped it out with my little Adidas jacket and shit. I kept it moving. That shit ain't fair. And the knot's still back there too. I got 2 knots in my head from getting my head bust.
What type of bottle was the first scenario?
This scenario, I don't know what he hit me with. I don't even know. Like, it was a crowd fight. We getting our ass whooped. I'm gonna keep it G. 6 of us and about 50 of them. We ain't no winning, but we ain't staying down. So we outside the club, we tearing it down. And once I see somebody was swinging a belt buckle, and he cracked my homeboy in the back of the head with the buckle. So once I see him get hit with the buckle and his head split open, I just crashed out and got the diving in, fighting whoever. So that's when I felt the lick come to my head. I felt something in the back of my head, but I ain't think that shit had bust my shit. So I'm like, shit. But I'm still fighting though. So, you know, at this point, I done had to grab my homeboy, drag him to the car because he fucked up pretty bad. He fucked up pretty bad. Then, you know what I'm saying, my other homeboys, I had to go get them and put them in the car. So I ain't even realize my shit was even bust, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, that shit just be... I got a hard-ass head.
And for time reference, it's October 2021 now.